what I have right here is I started a sketch today and never really got to finishing or recording the actual sketch part of it. I used a Prismacolor blue color erase pencil, and I sketched out and shelled out what I really wanted to do, and I used loose figures and loose shapes that I continued to build on until I got a marquee figure that I felt was good enough for moving on to the pencil, which you see right now. I have it in time lapse because it is about 30 minutes long. Took me about 30 minutes to do it. But even though I'm doing this pencil, as you see, it doesn't mean it's final. I'm kind of just going over there to see it more clearly, to get a more of an understanding of what I've drawn. But as I'm doing this, I'm doing very lightly lines. I'm not worrying about messing up because I still have the ability to erase. And you'll see this coming up soon when I'm doing on the hand. I erase quite frequently, trying to get the correct position of the fingers, the correct length, correct style that I wanted. And obviously that looked horrible, so I had to fix that, and then it just kept getting worse and worse, so I had to figure something out right here. So what I did was, after I fixed this horrible piece of right here, I erased it all, and I built the sphere inside of his hand, and I kind of molded the hand and the fingers positioning around it. It's kind of floating. That's actually Mr. Wonderful, I think his name is. Wonder Man, I'm sorry. What kind of Mr. Wonderful that was. But anyways, that's Wonder Man in that sphere. He kind of went rogue, and that's the only way to capture him. But anyways, this hand was actually quite hard for me. Hands in general are hard for me. But when you put in a mechanical style like this, Iron Man has always been giving me a difficult problem. And if you run into a problem with Iron Man, yeah, don't feel like you're alone. You are not alone. Iron Man has shapes and figures that challenge me all the time. That's why I hardly draw him. As you're doing this, keep in mind you want to do loose lines. I know I've said that before, but keep it loose. You don't want to make them too hard where you can't erase. Now we're getting into the place where I wanted all the lines. I'm kind of going in and lightly blocking out the shade part of what I want to be shaded, where I think shade should go, and cast shadows and reflections on his armor. Blocking that out will help you when you ink it, and it'll show you what it looks like. And since you're doing it in pencil and very lightly, you can erase and do it over and continue it until you find something that you like. I'll just sit right here for a second because I really don't have anything else to say right now. Iron Man's armor is really mechanical, really, what's the word for it? Robotic. Obviously, he is a robotic armor, but it's needs to be a lot of straight lines, a lot of lines that are not natural to the body. But he does have a lot of natural body figure parts to it, so keeping that in mind also. And I studied about 3 drawings of the ultimate form. I studied different forms of his armor back to 1980. A lot of people don't do that, but as I was taught in my art classes, to always research it out. Why? You say, why research out what it looks like? It's going back to the original, going back to why it looks the way it looks, making sure that you know what you're drawing and why you're drawing it. And if you don't know why, then you're not doing any good. Right now I'm just getting all the lines perfect for the next stage of inking, but right now I'm inking it with a micron, I think it's 0.8, and I'm filling in the ink lines with a brush tip. This is a pretty cool pen that I picked up. It helps me ink large areas, and give me like a nice aluminum brush metal type look that I was going for. So I picked this one instead of a normal ink pen. But really, it doesn't matter what you use. If you use it correctly, you can use anything. It doesn't have to be this high tech. Also, my camera kind of went dead on me, so it's cut off right here in a second. But it does show a final figure of it. Also, if you would like and subscribe and comment on this video, it would help me out